welcome back to the channel. What we have for you today is a hockey rip. Now, you've seen me open hockey on the channel before, and how hockey really works. It works sort of like Flagship, where they have a couple releases during the year, right? So they'll have a Series 1 and then a Series 2. So Series 2 just hit maybe a couple weeks ago. Hobby boxes came out, which you can't find them anywhere. But the thing about hockey is really one of those products that you get the Young Guns, and the Young Guns can be pretty collectible in the sense that you got some superstars. Like last year's class was Lane Hudson and Macklin Celebrini. And Celebrini, if you watch any hockey at all, you know who San Jose Sharks and Macklin Celebrini are. Guys, his second year in the league, and it is just ripping it to shreds. He's a fantastic player. This year's crop, so the first series came out, and it was Demidov, and it was Levshenikov. But since the beginning of the season, and if you're a hockey fan like I am, watching my Pens, and my Pens clinched the playoffs, by the way. There's a guy by the name of Ben Kindle who's tearing it up for the Pens. And then, of course, everybody knows Matthew Schaefer for the Islanders. Matthew Schaefer is just, he's otherworldly. And these young kids are coming in, folks, and I'll go ahead and start opening this. This video doesn't take forever, just me talking. But these young kids are coming in and they're tearing it up. And the thing about it is they're raw cards. Their raw Young Guns go for, Celebrini is probably close to 500 by now. Matthew Schaefer is somewhere in the 250 range. Demidov, I haven't checked on him in a while, or Ben Kindle, but what we're going to be doing today, folks, is we're going to be opening some hanger boxes, and these are 14 bucks. You can get them from Walmart, Target, anywhere like that, if you can find them. You can't find hobby boxes anywhere. Been checking out GameStop, because GameStop will carry them, but they don't stay in the store long. Put it to you like this: until Celebrini and those guys came on the scene, you could see this stuff at Walmart, and it would be there for a solid year. And the thing about that is that that was Series 2. It had Sidney Crosby on the front, my guy, and what you would see, like I said, it was in there for almost a year. And then there's a GameStop, their hobby boxes kept being reduced. It starts off about $139 for a hobby box. You'll get 6 Young Guns out of a hobby box. And there was 2 left in there for the longest time. It went down to like 109 bucks. And then all of a sudden they were gone. And that was when Celebrini blew up. So what our goal today is to get some Young Guns, to get a Matthew Schaefer, to get a Ben Kindle. And as you've seen on the channel before, these hockey cards look really, really good. There's no border. They have great inserts, the Dazzlers, and different things like that. So we're going to open some of these and see if we can get lucky. See if we can pull one of those Young Gun cards that, have been sought after. So I'm going to really do my best to not murder these names, but this is Sikorsky. He's a goalie. So we're going to go through here, and we're, like I said, we're looking for Young Guns. This is that Braden Shine kid. And, and one of the big things that happened this year, there's Tage Thompson, that, he was a big force when it came to the Olympics this year. Jack Hughes, when the USA won. So, again, it kind of really boosted the hockey world. So This is what they call that OPG. It's a glossy. So OPG was one of the first makers of hockey cards. So they'll do a throwback to OPG in here. So you'll get OPG, you'll get some Young Guns, you'll get some glossies, you'll get some different inserts for the OPG. And so this is that scissor reel with Sam Reinhart. Scissor reel is just one of their inserts. And here's a Let 'Em Cook, Kyle Connor. It's a pretty card. And these are foil cards, guys. And this is a glow up of Kent Johnson. And our first Young Guns is Max Shabanoff of the Islanders. Not the Islander that we want. We want Matt Schaefer, right? And so this is a canvas card. So these are really cool cards. They got the canvas feel to them. So UD canvas is what we'll get. Farabee, Pionk, Matt Rempe, Vince Dunn, Seth Jones, Ryan O'Reilly, Lafreniere, Cody Glass, and Simon, looks like Edmondson. That card feels a little thicker than the other ones. Okay, so that's what we got. So, not much in that hanger. Beautiful cards, though, right? Really like the cards a lot. Really would love to get a hobby box of this. Not sure. You just can't find it. There's Shane Pinto. Podkozalin. And that's Larson, Will Smith, Matthew Faharvey, Bogosian. There's Igor Shesterkin. He's a really good goalie. Rantanen, Vlasic. And so there's no Osland on the OPG glossy. And so our scissor reel is Connor McDavid. And everybody knows Connor McDavid. I mean, the guy is a generational player as well. And again, as far as the value on these cards, really the Young Guns are and the Dazzlers or Outbursts. That's another one that you're looking for. So this is Pasternak, Chef David Pasternak, so Let 'Em Cook. And so this is a Boomtown, Kiefer Sherwood. Wow, it's a nice little insert like that. And so this is a UD canvas of Ryan Suzuki. I don't know who the other player is, sorry. And that's a canvas card. Young Guns of Brady Martin for Nashville Preds. Joel Farabee, Neil Pionk again. Matt Rempe. Seems like we're getting these again, right? Vince Dunn. And there's Casper, John Carlson, Tampa Bay Lightning of Eric Cernak, Paraco, and looks like Wallstead. Okay. No hit out of that, but again, we got one pack left. Really not disappointed in this rip because the cards do look fantastic, as I said. And now's our last go for right now. So Debrincat, Stankoven, Pulak, Matthias Sekholm, and it is really hard to see these names. You have to kind of turn it, tilt it back like that. So Kraus, Barbashev, Brandon Hagel, Hathaway, Scott Mayfield, and our Brady Tkachuk on the glossy, UD glossy. And then we're getting into our inserts. There's Sam Reinhart on the If You Know, You Know, IYK, If You Know, You Know insert. I'd forgotten about that one. Vibing, Bobovsky, and they call him the Bob, the goalie. And UD Portraits, this is kind of like what they call like that serial killer card, right? Because they kind of, you know, take the color out of the face and it kind of looks like, you know, faces of a serial killer kind of thing. Adrian Kemp. And here's a Young Guns of Tusky. Wow. I saw this and my son's, he opened some of this and had a Young Guns of Tusky. I guess it's kind of like the mascot cards in Celebration. Not a big fan. But the Utah Mammoth is an expansion team. Well, they came into league last year, I think. So no Schaefer Young Guns for us unless they throw another one in there. You know how in the other, like in flagship baseball, you'll get like if you get an insert or like a parallel of an insert, they'll throw another one in there for you. So we'll see. So UD Canvas, Jake Evans, Saka, Sabana Jad, and Owen Tippett, Trevor Remsdyke, Sean Dursey, Lomberg, Nick Drury, and we're rounding it out here. This is Zetterlund, and then Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Wow. So that's our rip, folks. Not bad. Certainly not the outcome we were looking for. We were really looking for Ben Kindle or Matt Schaefer, but we did get 3 Young Guns. So it is true that you're going to get, it says look for collect Young Gun rookie cards. It doesn't say that. Now, if you were looking at the blaster box or the Mega, I think the Mega has 4. We'll give you 4 Young Guns. The hobby box gives you somewhere around 6 or 7. The blaster will give you 1 to 2, and the hangers will give you 1. So just, you know, if you're going out there and you're really trying to find it, and it's almost like the best value is the hanger boxes, because they're $14 and you're at least getting 1. But again, there's probably about 25 to 30 Young Guns in each class. I think Series 1 had 50. This one's going to have maybe around 25 to 30. And then there is what's called an extended series. And that's kind of like the update for Topps. So, you know, or for baseball. So here's our, you know, our full cards. The Vibing card, Sean Reinhart, and then the Bob. Kiefer Sherwood, Let Him Cook, that's Pasternak. Connor McDavid, Silver Reel, Kent Johnson on the Glow Up, Let Him Cook of Kyle Connor, and there's another scissor reel of Sam Reinhart. So that's our rip, folks. Not too displeased with it because, again, I just really love the way the hockey cards are. Again, there's really no borders, so, you know, these guys do, if you do find the Young Guns, they do have a tendency of jimming up pretty well. But say this was a Young Guns, you know, they do have some full issues sometimes. I'll go ahead and grab one of them. It was let's go ahead and, this is a Young Gun. This is kind of what it looks like. So again, you see a little bit of that foil chipping at the top there. So I do have a Lane Hudson that I did. He didn't gem up. He got an 8, but that Lane Hudson goes for over $100 in a PSA 8. If that gives you any idea of, you know, the value of those. So, all right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I did. I always enjoy ripping hockey. So, check back to the channel. Had a card show yesterday. Picked up some cool cards, but I actually left them with my son, so I don't have them. I can't show you some PC cards. I picked up a Rocky Blyer auto, Heath Miller auto, you know, just for the PC and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. You know, don't forget to hit the like and comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And until the next video, Dance Like Fan out.